Johnny?
And find something you're passionate about besides Ziggy.
Hey everybody, so let's see. I can't be on here that long. Hey Roswell, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey Cool Gamer. Hey Grammy. Hey Brittany, happy Thanksgiving. So I can only be on for like, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, but I wanted to at least come on, and because I haven't been coming on for the last couple days because I was taking a break from. I did go on John Davis True Crime last night. I think that's the name of the channel, to do trivia, and I lost to Nana's Angels. Hey Pentinton and Adele, Summer. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Is everybody going to see family? It's going to be a sad one for me, you know, first Thanksgiving without Jim, so that's going to be weird, and I know everybody's going to be talking about it, and I'm sure it's I'll probably be crying. I'm playing with this like electric lighter looking thing. It's like doesn't take. It runs on like battery. It's interesting. Anyways, so where is everybody? Who's live right now? I didn't even look. Well, thank you, Lana. Same to you. So let's see what's going on in the YouTube world as far as true crime and stuff. So I just saw something, a video. No, I have not asked my subscribers for large amounts of money. I saw that, and I saw a video labeled that. I might just like have to, and I'm not gonna be like talking about this, but I noticed somebody sent me screenshots of how Circle Jerks had posted screenshots of all the transactions which were agreed upon beforehand. I mean, so if we're wanting the truth out there, if that's what they're wanting, right? Like the truth, because they're putting out screenshots of my personal purchases, so I should be able to play the phone call then, right? Because that will tell everything. I mean, I think it's only fair to myself that I get to play the phone call. And I'm in a one-party state, by the way. If the person who loaned the money can hand those all over and total tally up how much they've donated to me from the very first time, then surely I can play the phone call. I think that would be the best thing, actually. Hey, Flo and Sassy and Sheba. Well, thank you, Adele. I'm just here. Let me see if I can move this chat. That chat's not working very well on the screen. Soon I'm going to be having a sale on my, well, I don't know if it's going to be on here or if it's going to be through why not, but it's going to be like drug store. Mom, dad, husband, and son. Wow. Hey, country girl. Hey, saints. Okay, so let's look. So I'm so out of Liana Simon denied bond on Wednesday. What the heck? Well, her lawyer appeared for her in court. Okay. Did you guys see this? I'm sure you guys probably have. I haven't. No, I'm not. I'm going to family.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, make sure my phone is over here. Interrupts with these. A lot of microphones up here. Madam Clerk, we're going to call the first case. I don't need to read through the appearance information since we're going to deal with that case first. If you want to call that case.
Leilani Simon.
And for the record, this is Chatham County Recorder's Court. I'm trying to adjust all the microphones and stuff up here. Chatham County Recorder's Court, Jill Huffman, Judge Pro Tem at the moment, standing in for Chief Judge Tammy Stokes. We're here in the matter of State versus Leilani Simon, CRN 221005004. Ms. Moorhead, are you representing the state in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on behalf of Ms. Simon?
Attorney June Gobble with the Public Defender's Office. I represent Ms. Simon.
Good morning, counsel. So I see that Ms. Simon is not present on the screen. Are you waiving her presence today?
Presence and formal reading of the charges, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, I'll wait. Well, formal reading of the charges. She is here charged before this court with murder, false report of a crime, false statements, and concealing the death of another. We currently have a court date set before this court on January 11th, 2023 at 2 p.m. Ms. Vogel, are you going to be representing Ms. Simon going forward? Is that your understanding?
The Public Defender's Office will, Your Honor.
Okay.
Also, I understand that by statute, this court does not have jurisdiction to entertain a bond pursuant to 1761.
Yes, OCGA 1761 This court is not authorized to consider the issue of bond for charges, certain enumerated charges, murder being one of them. So you, on behalf of your client, may petition the Superior Court of Chatham County for consideration of bond. This court will not consider bond, don't have the jurisdiction or authority to do so. But I will put down that there's a court hearing set for enter a plea of not guilty to the charges. Correct?
That's correct.
Court hearing January 11th, 2023 at 2 p.m. with those charges indicated. Have you advised Ms. Simon of all the rights that she has pertaining to arraignment?
We've had an in-depth discussion.
Okay. Ms. Moorhead, anything else I need to consider on this matter?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So bond will be, technically bond is denied because I can't consider it, but is there anything else, Ms. Moorhead or Ms. Fogel, I need to consider before moving on?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing comes to attention.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I literally just came out of here and sat on the bench, but I'm going to take a 7 minutes and 20 seconds break to allow those individuals who do not wish to remain. Now's the time to pack up and leave so I can proceed with the rest of the docket. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court is adjourned.
So, I was putting those turkeys in the chat because I was trying to see, it's supposed to be putting emojis across the screen. Or wait, hold on. I know why. Here we go. Look. Wait, I think it was working. Okay, let me retry. Maybe we just have to, it can't have a message with it. It has to just be emojis only. Let's see if it works. It's supposed to be flying across the screen, not just it put in the chat. Let me try a different. You guys put some emojis in the chat. See if it works. Here, let me do this. Okay. So basically, she just was, it sounds like he wasn't given the opportunity to give her a bond. Were you guys surprised to see that she was had a public defender? Instead of, dang it, where is the it's called the emote wall. Okay. All right, we're gonna retry this. Oh, it should be already working. Lame AF. Anyways. So yeah, it's going to be awkward day. You wasn't surprised, the public defender. Do you think her mom is supporting her still? Or I heard the rumors that she is not. And what was that rumor about her supposedly driving her down to the sheriff's office or to law enforcement to turn herself in or something like that? Like they were going to take her to rehab, and then the mom was like, just kidding. Have a good Thanksgiving, Sherry. Hey, Tabby and Marlena. Yeah, my little emote wall is not working. That's. Hey, Mama, too. I just do not like holidays as is, you know? I've never liked holidays. Especially Thanksgiving and Christmas time. I don't know why, but well, I do know why. It gives me anxiety. I don't like going around. It's always really hot at people's houses on freaking Thanksgiving and sweating to death. It's miserable. She should have said I didn't do anything. Find my baby. No, Sheba, did you hear the officer, what's his name? Hadley? He already said that they don't plan on pressing charges on her. In the conference that he did announcing that Quentin, that there was DNA found, somebody asked about Billy Joe and possible charges. And he said, we are not, when referring to possibly charging her. I'm surprised, honestly. She was picked up at home? Yeah, people have a lot of times holidays are a reminder to people of who's not there, and you know, it can be kind of depressing for some people. It's not how you took it all. They meant no other charges on the. Oh, you mean? Well, here, I could replay that part. Because it sounded like to me, the person asked specifically if Billy Joe was going to be charged with anything. At first, she asked if any other charges, and then she said, and then she mentioned specifically Billy Joe. Let's see. Okay, I know it was like towards the end. It was one of the last questions. I almost missed it when he said it, though, because it was so like it just wasn't said very. Hold on. I don't know. This is annoying. I'm going to check your computer, I guess. This should not be going this slow.
And we want to see this to successful prosecution. This is the point that we'll come to analysis done to get some more analysis.
Hold on, I'm trying to get it.
And we'll confer with the FBI and see what the best course of action is. Can't get into that.
Why isn't this working?
She's at the Chatham County Detention Center right now. Mhm.
I'm having technical difficulties.
Well, human remains. Some of that are some of them are
Here we
human
go.
bones, and some other evidentiary matters.
And as far as the bond, is there, do you all have any updates as to when that will be the bond hearing, when that will be?
I do not have that confirmed. I do believe it'll take place tomorrow, but I don't have any time or any confirmation on that. We did, take.
Turn herself in. Was there any talk?
One more land code. You said that there was a very specific dumpster that this.
I can't give you that information.
I just have one more question. Can you just give
Last
us
question.
an estimate on how long this analysis could take of what you guys?
Feelings about when an arrest should be made and things that went on, but we stayed focused on what we know. For us, to the citizens that believe that's their right to do so. This is America. I'm just so proud of our team.
To officers, FBI agents to come to an arrest to go ahead and move forward with this case?
Sure there is. I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say that there was, some weight lifted off of the organization and particularly those detectives and investigators who were completely and 100% committed to seeking justice for Quentin. So there is a little bit of relief, but be mindful, there's still a lot of work to do. And they're dedicated to doing that, and we want to see this to successful prosecution.
I got it. Is the landfill search over?
We haven't made that decision yet. That's a decision point that we'll come to once we're able to get some more analysis done, and we'll confer with the FBI and see what the best course of action is. She's at the Chatham County Detention Center right now.
And so I want to go back to the initial question that I asked about whether or not you guys found bones in the landfill.
Well, human remains. Some of that are some of them are human bones, and some other evidentiary matters.
And as far as the bond, is there, do you all have any updates as to when that will be the bond hearing, when that will be?
I do not have that confirmed. I do believe it'll take place tomorrow, but I don't have any time or any confirmation on that. We did, take her to the detention center rather late in the day. So I'm sure that information will come out pretty soon.
The lady made a statement to me that she would turn herself in. Was there any talk of giving her that opportunity?
You said in the beginning, we'll recommend, but you said that there was a very specific dumpster that this child was put in. Can you just give us the location of that, how far this was from the out?
I can't give you that information.
I have one more question. Can you just give
Last
us
question.
an estimate on how long this analysis could?
Well, it was very significant, obviously, for obvious reasons. We do believe we had a strong case otherwise. That would have been in counsel with the Chatham County District. We believe we had a strong case otherwise.
You've certainly been very personal about this, and you said in that with the picture behind you, you said, we want to make sure we bring. Friday, how personal was that find for you?
Well, it was very personal, quite frankly, County Police Department, but everybody that chipped in, the FBI, GBI, DRZ, we were 100% committed to bringing justice and to of a conviction and things of that nature. You have a lot of emotion. You see the impact that has on people. So if you step back and take a few questions.
Like, what is evidence collected outside of the search in the landfill, the remains that you guys found on Friday? Was there any evidence you guys found in the searches you guys did change, or did it change prior to the arrest?
Other human remains in that landfill. But until you get fully 100% confirmed that these are Quentin's remains, what makes you confident to make the arrest today?
I can't get into the high preliminary information that we got from the FBI. Level of confidence that those are Quentin's remains. That was the right thing to do.
There's a lot of pressure in the last. What kind of remains are we talking about?
No, ma'am. Go ahead, bro.
Chief, this case has been one that's made down. He was arrested here today, knowing that you have this people who said this arrest should happen.
The expertise that we were seeking, that was around. I understood people's perspective. We know how to do. And in conjunction with the FBI, we stayed with folks that supported us, to the citizens that believed in us and believed in our department. I thank you. Had questions, that's the right to do so. This is America. You can have all the opinions out of our team.
And as far as do you feel like there's a the relief as far as you all the PIA to come to kind of rest and go ahead and move forward with the case?
Sure there is. I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say it off. Particularly those detectives, is a little bit of relief. They're dedicated to doing that, and we want to see this to successful prosecution.
I got it. Is the landfill search over?
We haven't made that decision yet. That's a
Dang it, I'm having a hard time, obviously. I'm trying to find that part where the lady asked about if there was going to be any other arrest, but thank you, Quinny. It is going to be really hard for sure. For sure. Yeah, I feel like I went through this whole thing almost. I thought it was at the end, but I guess it would be definitely after this guy.
many we may not be able to answer, but we'll be willing to take some questions after this time. You found human remains, yes, ma'am. I didn't hear the first part. I'm sorry. That question. I can't speak to that. Well, we had said from the beginning with the landfill, having found what we got today led us to making thousands of hours into this to be able to do that. She doesn't deserve Thanksgiving, quite frankly, if I can go off script a little bit. Quentin deserves that. We are not.
Okay, I'll replay that part, but she says, so you're saying you're not, or there won't be any other arrest at all? You're not looking into Billy Joe at all? And he said, we are not. So here, let me slow that down because I think I had it like a little bit fast. I guess I could slow it down just a tiny bit. It'd probably be.
Deserves that.
You said that you didn't believe any other arrests would be made. Are you guys looking into Billy Joe at all?
We are not.
And so you just confirm and clarify that you all were looking to find some sort of remains from
Off script a little bit. Quentin deserves that.
You said that you didn't believe any other arrests would be made. Are you guys looking into Billy Joe at all?
We are not.
And so you just
Yeah, I mean, it might be, it could, I mean, I suppose it probably could change. I'm surprised, honestly. I don't know. I'm surprised, but they obviously know more than we do. So I don't know. It's just, it's kind of, it is surprising, but I'm sure they've got the reasons. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Sassy. I don't know how she got the kids' name. What I'm guessing is I heard rumors that the kids weren't well, that can't be true. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that can't be true because the kids, they were all born with substances in their system, right? So surely she was in the system and had them taken away. There was a rumor being said that they weren't taken away, that she signed them over, which if that were the case, that would make more sense to me because Billy Joe has felonies on her record, and I'm just surprised that they would approve her if it was through like CPS or the courts or something. But if Leilani just signed him over, it would probably be a lot easier. Quinny, I'm going to my family. CBS waits time, not going to do nothing. I would speculate there is to be some form of evidence for murder in the home for her to be charged with malice murder. Quentin belongs to the state, and the state still provide his funeral burial services. I agree. Is he the state funeral home will pay? Do not send money to Cher or BJ. He has nothing to do with the charges the DA. Yeah, that's true. Or if that's true. It's not up to, it would be up to the district attorney, right? Or if they did a, what's that called? Grand jury. Thank you, Quinny. How did she bring him home if they were tested positive for drugs? I don't know. That's what I heard. I have heard that at least 2 of them were positive. The last 2, I think, for sure. But gosh, does anybody know? I know there was at least 1. I mean, I could have sworn all of them were, but and if that's the case, there probably isn't a legal problem with Billy Joe leaving the kids with Leilani and Danny while away from work. That's true, exactly. So if she signed him over willingly, then that would make sense why she wouldn't be in trouble for having Leilani there. But man, I can't imagine how she had custody, I'm sorry. I can't imagine how Leilani didn't lose custody. I'm also curious to hear if she's pregnant. She looked pregnant when they were arresting her. And people said there are rumors going around that she's pregnant. That would be crazy. You know, it would be even more crazy if she could be 4 for 4. She could go 4 for 4 and try to do 4 baby daddies by 4 different. Who the hell is calling me on Thanksgiving from Chicago, Illinois? Don't know who you are. Won't answer. Happy Thanksgiving, Smokey. Yeah, I mean, she wasn't supposed to be around him alone, I thought. Someone asked BJ if she was pregnant. She said no, but is she truthful? Those babies had drugs in their system. How did she leave the hospital? Thank you, Elvis. About the girl that went Mexico with her so-called friends, and they beat her to death. Even recorded the doctor and friends lied, and her parents were told alcohol poisoning. Oh my gosh! Wow. Per her media manager, Cher, Leilani isn't pregnant. Did Cher say she's the media manager? She told us to get the F out of there with that BS. Oh my God. I mean, why is that so far-fetched? You know what I mean? She's 22 and already has 3 kids by 3 baby daddies. I don't think it's much of a stretch. Yeah, you would think that Billy Joe was aware. Same to you, Laura. Hey, Ange. Well, yeah, I hope that she's not. But at the very least, if she is, the good news is that she's incarcerated and the chances of her getting any type of substances to use, if she were, is less likely. So the baby would be more likely to be born without drugs in his system. My daughter-in-law lost her children for having drugs in her system. That's how I got custody of them. Yep, Flo. That's awesome. The autopsy came back with spinal injuries that paralyzed her before she died. They are looking into an arrest are coming. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Laura. They don't always arrest moms of babies that are born with NAS. What's NAS? They don't even always take the babies, depending on what it is. CPS investigation is always open. Normally, the father's parents do not get custody, but the mother or the daughter-in-law had the children from the other daughter that was in drugs. Right. They don't always just take the baby right away. I would think it would matter the type of drugs, but like if it's marijuana or if it's like cocaine, yeah, I don't know what constitutes like an immediate what would it be called? Forfeiture of the child. I don't know what. Neonatal abstinence syndrome. So a lady went down to Mexico on vacation, you're saying, and she didn't come back. No, let's do latest. I don't know. I've never searched YouTube like this as far as. Oh, you guys can't see the screen. I do have to go in about 15 minutes, so I'll probably just play around here. And the teens who tortured their friend to death. I want my mom. Wow. Were those two girls, those two blondes, were they just friends? They looked a lot alike. Ah. Those two. Looks like one had blue eyes, one had brown. I'm going to be I'm curious what happened. I'm sure everybody is, but
we
let's
dig
see.
deeper into these latest revelations. Jordan, a behavioral analyst professor at Western Connecticut State University. So, Casey, we got just a few tidbits from the investigators. Where was your mind on this right now? What do you think we're looking at here?
Again, it's been more than a week, and what we learned from last night's press conference is there are still no suspects. They're working hard on it. They are looking at every single tip that's called in, but they have definitively ruled out the roommates who were not harmed, the guy who drove them home, a guy in a white hoodie picked up in the food truck video. And they're telling us that they don't think it is, but they don't seem to be any closer to who they think it is. So one of the more interesting things we found out is that the roommate's phone was used to make the 911 phone call, but somebody else made that phone call, and the police had to actually confirm it was not the killer. But it does appear other friends came over on that Sunday morning to discover these bodies.
The phone records are interesting because on one of the phones, one of the girls was calling, or somebody from that phone was calling the ex-boyfriend multiple times. I think it was 7 times, which shows that they were alive at that time. But what does that tell you?
Right. Between 2:30 and about 2:52, Kaylee was calling her former boyfriend, longtime boyfriend, the parents vouch for him, 7 times. And in fact, her friend Maddie also called him 3 times. So, you know, are these girls drunk? They're not texting, they're calling. His story is he's asleep, he's not getting the phone calls. My question is, did they leave voicemails? And what do those voicemails say? Why haven't we heard about this? The police were asked directly, is that ex-boyfriend a suspect? And they simply said they looked into the phone calls and it was cleared and they didn't think there was a connection, but they didn't rule him out.
Let's talk about the weapon. We've learned more about the knife. Is that a potential area to follow in terms of the investigation? Is it a distinct kind of knife that might provide a clue?
Absolutely. That's the biggest thing we found out over the weekend. We were wondering if it was a kitchen knife, a knife of opportunity found on location, but it appears to be, as if you will, like a hunting knife, a Rambo style knife is what they're referring to. They are checking with local sporting goods stores to see if one was purchased lately, so far coming up dry. But that indicates that the person who did this brought the knife with them. They haven't found it. And the style of knife, again, reflects fantasy. This person has been thinking about doing a crime like this. They're interested in the process of stabbing. It's a very process-focused crime. And person who is obsessed with knives and bloodletting, this is the kind of person they're looking for. Somebody who may have tortured animals in the past, that's going to be on their suspect list.
So disturbing, especially as time goes on and no suspects, but we'll hope for a break in this case. Casey, thank you.
Casey.
Good to be here.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the
Did you guys see that picture of, let's see, I'm sure you guys saw that blood coming out of the house. That was crazy. And I was sent the handprint too, but I think the blood is like the most chilling. The handprint, the handprint could be anybody's. When was this from? I thought LA's yesterday. Oh, really? This was from 3 days ago. So if you heard something more recently, then it's probably correct. I'm guessing you guys saw this, right? Ew, what did they do to his? That looks creepy. Ew. Did you see that? That's horrible. I've never seen such a thing. Thank you, Izzy. They ruled out both the guys mentioned there. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm looking to see what's been. Here, let me put today. Yeah, I'm just looking at some random stuff. Yeah, I know. It is horrible.
Edition of Law and Crime cases. You see.
Oh, that's freaking Chris Watts.
Some of the confessions.
We're going to pass over Chris Watts because
For the Auto Trader magazine. One of her last stops was at the home of a man named Stephen Avery and a couple of years prior. And so her burned remains, mother and
Does he ask you? He does, doesn't he? We know. He asks you, doesn't he? What does he ask you?
If I wanted a girlfriend.
Tell us how he said it.
If you wanted me to get some pussy.
Okay. And then what happens next?
They said that if I wanted to, I can go get some, but not right now.
Come on, be honest. You went back into that room.
Don't let us down, Brendan.
We know you were back there. Let's get it all out today. This will be all over with.
Yes, if you want some, right? That's what you told us. Mm-hmm. If you want some pussy,
Where
what
do
do
you
you
go?
tell them? I said I wasn't aged, and so he took me back there and showed me some.
What did he show you?
Her naked body.
Okay, is she alive?
Yeah,
Is she talking?
yeah.
What's she saying? What's she saying? I know it's hard, but you gotta tell us, what did she say?
The video will never go away unless you can talk to us about it.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I don't know who he is. I'm trying to.
Ask even why you would do something like that. Does she say anything to you? Does she see you? Yeah. Does she say something to you? No.
Phil, what are your thoughts on what we just watched? Brendan Dassey is discussing going to this trailer and being kind of led into a bedroom, but the investigators are kind of, in some ways, they're kind of pushing him a little bit.
Well, Brendan Dassey, I had watched the show, so I was very familiar with him and kind of the whole show and the whole case as it was represented. And Brendan Dassey, you got to remember at the time he's 16 years old. This setting again, bad setup. I mean, they've got him sitting on a love seat. I mean, it's like they're trying to make him feel as comfortable as possible, which I can kind of understand, but that's really not what you want to do to a person that you are interviewing regarding a murder, a homicide. And given his age at the time, and I think that many times detectives get myopic in the room. I think they get tunnel vision in the room. They think that they kind of miss some of the signs that aren't deception, and that they are being given some false information. I can say that I've honestly, I've never taken a false confession. I've always been able to recognize. When you listen to the leading questions offered by the detective, and there is a moment in this investigation where kind of thing, and Brendan pauses for a while in terms of the interview room, and then he comes up with an answer. My impression of Brendan at that point is that he is thinking about the answer that he thinks this detective wants to hear. And so he comes up with the answer, that, yeah, I was in the room. Yeah, she spoke to me. Why are you doing this? Or how can you, and whatever his answer was. And it was almost like what you would think or what you would read about in a police story or in a television show, or, it was just kind of a canned response is what my impression was. And so I think that
we don't want to put any words in your mouth.
And I did it.
You did what? Well, you, I mean, I know it's tough sometimes to say.
It's not that I don't want to say it because I don't want to make myself seem guilty. I just don't really like saying it.
But I know sometimes we have to face those things, the realities. We don't want to put any words in your mouth. That's why.
Right.
That's why Agent Stansbury just was asking what it exactly is that you did do.
Well, I killed. Well, I guess. I mean, I don't really know.
Well,
I mean, I don't know how many people or anything like that.
So did you shoot him?
Yes.
What kind of gun did you use?
A Glock 45.
Phil, Dylan Roof, they knew who they.
Sorry, I was just looking at that. I do have to go. So I was. Kid Brandon Dessy. Brandon, he laughed like Shanquilla Robinson. That sounds familiar. Her best friend of 5 years recorded it and was telling her to fight back. What? Country girl. Oh man, that's crazy. Nothing. Lana, I was just looking at some videos. I have to get ready. So I literally just got an email threatening to report me to CPS. It's like, okay. You and 500 other reports. I mean, don't you think you can report whoever you want? There has to be they have to be doing something that could get them in trouble. So, anyways. Hey, Christy. But I do have to go. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving. I might be on late tonight. So, yeah, I might be back on after I go to my families. So, everybody have a great Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you later.